Fans too.
It has fans, lots but not fans.
Fans lot. Hello, hello.
Hello and welcome.
You're here with
Lycan.
and Long Gay Bowser. It's a beautiful Friday night, and I'm excited to be commentating here. Everyone's happy Wi-Fi connection. It's our very first one, and we're all very excited to be presenting it.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that. We were getting ready for
It's
we
a bit
cannot.
blurry on our end.
Yeah, it's a little blurry on our end, so we were pulling up the actual stream. Yeah, we're watching on the computer. What it is that we're looking at your like display screen of So we can't see the game too well. Yeah, I'd have
Probably a
to.
good idea. We'd have to hop out of.
I'd have to DQ if I were to do that, which is okay. I'm okay with doing that. Just I am. Instead, we just pulled up the Twitch.
I just completely destroyed this guy. Sadly, it wasn't even close. Oh, I can't see it. Okay. Well, I have to finish this game. It's almost done now.
That's good. Young Aerodactyl taking down Sneasler with a dual wing beat. And we've got Mega Kanga in versus Mega Floette.
Mega Floette is a fantastic Pokemon right now. It's one of the best special attackers in the meta. I really enjoy Aerodactyl as a support in this current meta as well, with Wide Guard, Tailwind, and everything else it can accomplish.
Yeah, you can flinch people if you've got nothing better to do. It's speed control. It takes down some of the big threats like Sneasler really easy. Fantastic mon.
Alright, we've got Kangaskhan and Garchomp out. This is a decent board state for both players. Garchomp does outspeed the Mega Floette, and they can possibly target that down. There's a lot going on both ends. So Garchomp is going to go ahead and protect.
Looks like we got a protect coming from the Floette too.
So how do we report our score? Do we just tell people?
Getting a Tailwind set up to help the Floette outspeed everything, and Kangaskhan just going for some pressure with Body Slam. Gets a Para. So Aerodactyl looking like he's probably not going to be doing a whole lot more from this point. Going for a switch out on the Garchomp now that it's outsped by Floette for a Venusaur. And a sucker punch from the Kangaskhan just to clean out the Aerodactyl.
I really like that additional hit. It's one of my favorite things about Mega Kangaskhan is even just stylistically, is that double hit from the baby Kangaskhan. It's
Yeah, Junior coming in clutch with extra damage and extra chances to proc statuses is very good. As much as this Pokemon isn't what it used to be, it is still very, very strong. Even with only a 25% damage off of it, it is still really fantastic being able to just break through statuses and get that extra damage boost. Looks like we got King Gambit coming in here alongside the Floette. And then Floette gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam, taking out the Kangaskhan, getting a little bit of chip in on the Venusaur as well. Let's see what Venusaur goes for. Gets outsped by the Kingambit, and that's gonna be a double knockout on Floette.
All right, looks like we have a win here. Elias beating Mr. Slayer. I'm gonna wait for the rest of the rounds to finish, and then we'll move on to round 2. Let me see who else is playing right now. We might be able to jump into one of their games.
What's up? It's okay.
All right, looks like we're getting more scores in right now. Should be starting off round 2 here in a few minutes. Mr. Slayer, so Pops 1. Looks like Bulba's gonna take the dub as well.
Hello? Thank God, Jesus Christ. Okay. Brian, I need you to communicate with my opponent that both turns that have just happened have been inputless turns because I've been troubleshooting stream with you guys. Like, stream froze like 3 times. Is there any way that you can, like, stream the actual stream or, like zoom in on the stream itself? Like, from the screen?
How about
screen
this? One sec.
Because either way, like both turns have been not in. I'm about to do it again where I don't get an input turn because I'm trying to troubleshoot this with you here now.
Can you see better? I don't understand what you're saying. You can't just make your move?
Did it work? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Try again, Alex.
Is it back? Can you hear us now?
That's what we're talking about, though. Inherently, it's like the getting the microphone when we can't see the screen from how you're streaming it, so we had to pull it up on Twitch, and Twitch started freezing. So it's been like a lot of physical troubleshooting. I haven't been able to make any inputs because I've been doing this physical troubleshooting with the microphone, the stream itself, because it hasn't been visible. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a better view of it right now. Yeah. We just closed Twitch because that wasn't working out. Let's see. Full screen this. Okay, this would be pretty good actually.
Yeah, is there any way that I can, like, genuinely, most of the inputs have not been inputs because I've been, yeah, Alex. Yes. Yeah.
And here we are going into round 2. We have Glory with Hammer Up the Abomasnow, Oranguru, Infernape, Primarina, and Aegislash. And Elias with a Sneasler, Floette, King Gambit, Aerodactyl, Charizard, and Garchomp. Looks like we have a bit of a Trick Room team going on the left side. See how the players end up choosing to get themselves lined up here. Instruct Oranguru is a very, very potent partner alongside some really heavy hitters here like Mega Camerupt going for very, very slow Trick Room eruptions. An option here, and then from the opposing side, let's see. Bringing Sun on Charizard if it's Y is probably not the best, but it could combat weather here. Though it looks like Abomasnow is more so for itself and for anti-weather. Here we have a Sneasler Floette lead versus Aegislash Oranguru. Looks like it's going to be probably the Trick Room setup getting in early. Let's see how Elias wants to respond here. Sneasler in a bit of a weird spot. Can't really touch Aegislash unless it has something specifically for it. And I would say Floette's probably also at a bit of a disadvantage here, looking at the board state. Floette staying in and going for the Mega. And Sneasler just going to try, it looks like maybe going for a double to knock out the Oranguru before it has the chance to get off Trick Room. That is a Moonblast coming down. Let's see if that has enough to take it. Oranguru hangs on with just enough. And Aegislash immediately going for the offense. Poltergeist going to hit Floette very hard, takes it down, just barely surviving the crit. We do get the Trick Room set up successfully here. Now Aegislash is going to be the fastest thing on the field. Bit of a predicament here for the opposing side, having to try and stall out some turns of Trick Room with Protect, keep the Floette up. That's a full Protect turn. Scouting out the Shadow Sneak onto Floette, and a Psychic to try and take out the Sneasler as well. Switching out the Floette to hold on to it for later, and Garchomp coming down, going for a full switch. Garchomp, King Gambit. Shadow Sneak does connect, getting a bit of tip on Aegislash, breaking any potential fast here. Are we going to see a bit more stalling out the Trick Room turns, or is Elias going to switch over to being on the offensive? Let's see here. Swapping Oranguru out for Primarina and going for a stance change to pivot here. Sucker Punch, no target, and a Stomping Tantrum attempting to clean out the Oranguru slot. Gets a pretty nice hit in on the Primarina. Depending on speed investment, King Gambit could be slower than Primarina, but Primarina probably going to be min speed to make sure it gets first on the Trick Room. And another pivot here over into Oranguru again to protect Aegislash. It seems like protect on the King Gambit, a full turn of stall. Garchomp protecting as well. Just trying to end the Trick Room turn.
Alright, and I am back from a small break. I apologize about that.
The Stomping Tantrum to finish off the Oranguru before it gets a chance to set up another Trick Room.
I like the choice of opting for single target damage, Garchomp damage output. I think that's really fun and interesting.
Yeah, Stomping Tantrum is very, very nice. Also being able to get potential double damage on instances where, say, you go for like a double protect and it ends up failing, you get a free damage boost if Garchomp doesn't get targeted in that situation. Also, just not having to deal with wide guard is very, very helpful. There's a lot of wide guard going around in this format.
I feel like wide guard took a couple of generations to like officially catch on as like non-niche options. People really understand now that, especially paired with the fact that it doesn't have the same
Protect rules of being.
Yeah, the same success reduction rate as protect. I think that really plays into what wide guard kind of can do for you defensively.
Being able to just have something sit there and say you can't use your AoE moves and potentially shutting down a Pokemon entirely is just really, really powerful.
Yeah, for example, somebody might be relying on Choice Scarf type Typhlosion Eruption, you know, and if you were to wide guard that Pokemon, it's invalidated entirely.
Yeah, just having a dead slot forces the opponent to figure out, is it better to try and just take out the wide guard with my other slot, or actually switch out and have to pivot, but do you have the defensive option to actually go for that? Berry on the King Gambit, very popular item on it, lets it survive hits like that from Sacred Sword Aegislash, essentially stealing it an extra turn. And an Ice Spinner going to take out this Garchomp very convincingly. A critical hit does not matter if we don't see a Yaki Berry. We still have Floette and Sneasler in the back. Sneasler being the one promoted up front. Full health and a lot of pressure on the Abomasnow here.
I love that King Shield, yeah.
Yeah, opting to switch back into defensive mode. And a fake out from the Sneezer, also an excellent option here. Falls through a Sucker Punch. Kingambit is just one of the most threatening pieces that exists in the format right now, being able to hit things so hard and being able to either refuse to take Intimidate with Defiant or just having a ton of pressure with Supreme Overlord as the game goes on if Kingambit continues to survive. Continuing the onslaught with a Sucker Punch, taking out the Aegislash. And a close combat from Sneasler going to finish out the game. Ilias doing a fantastic job managing to get through the Trick Room.
What do you think really contributed to him getting through the Trick Room?
I'd say it was a lot of good turns of both sides pivoting around and trying to keep footing, but Double Protect is a very, very strong tool to have access to just say your turns of Trick Room are essentially halved if we have the opportunity to go for it. We did see a bit of counterplay, taking advantage of free pivot opportunities on Double Protect turns, but sometimes just going for that defensive stall out to get speed back in your favor is absolutely the play.
I don't think I could have said it any better. And I mean that literally. I don't think that I could have said that any better.
Yeah, Protect is just such an amazing move, especially now that we're out of Dynamax format and don't have the bears kicking people through their Protect with full damage moves. It's one of those moves that you genuinely have to consider. Do I just put it on every single mon on my team? Do I have a good justification to not have it? And checking in on this other game, we have a mega fight between Starmie and Golurk. Probably two of the lesser used megas at the moment, but still very powerful in their own right. Golurk having the, albeit nerfed, ability to go through Protect, and Starmie having the ability to be either a physical, a special, a mixed attacker, opportunities to do some weird stuff with skill swap for its huge power. And it looks like Kingambit and Poltegeist gonna come down. Poltegeist, an interesting choice. I feel like Sinistra has been a much more popular mon, but Poltegeist still has a lot of tricks up its sleeve.
I think it kind of leads into a more hyper-offensive play style than Sinistra. Sinistra obviously going for the Rage Powders and the Will-O-Wisps of the world.
Yeah, Sinistra is a really strong defensive piece. Hospitality to heal up your ally and the ability to keep sitting there and clicking Life Dew if you've got nothing better to do. Matcha Gotcha is a really strong AoE move. We've got Torkoal coming in here on the Golurk slot, putting up Stun to help Kingambit tank this Scald a bit better, but Kingambit does get burned. And Poltegeist showing that hyper offense, getting set up with a Stealth Smash. Not being able to survive the Koto cleave through the burn. And here we have Serena. Serena is honestly what I think is kind of an underrated pick. It has a mildly buffed but still very nice prop pick to modulate damage. This thing can run a Scarf to outspeed stuff. It has options for a bit of speed control as well.
Checking that we're audible. We are in fact audible. Just doing a audio check.
Texan Gambit here.
Alright, let's see how he benefits from that. That Scald is going to do an immense amount of damage, inhibiting this eruption coming from Torkoal, if it is an eruption after all. That high jump hit does get
Dodge
dodged.
by Torkoal, that's very painful. Eruption going to clean it out, quite possibly because of that high jump kick miss. Torkoal does hit extremely hard, but it did take a big hit. And now we have Army versus the world here. Sucker Punch from King Gambit, that is going to
Close out the game. That's what
Army
it's gonna
lives,
do.
but it's
It does manage to take out Torkoal, but it's
no real way to fight through the Sucker Punch at this point. Army gonna try and protect its way through every option of Sucker Punch. Now gonna go ahead and accept that there.
Garo lost to Mo. Good game.
For a bit of a risky play with that Stealth Smash setup, but it could have gone incredibly well had it been not immediately taken down by the Koto Cleave. Sometimes you have to take a gamble like that.
It definitely ended up paying off in those favors too. I do really enjoy the what's the word here? I suppose, yeah, gambling aspect of Pokemon. It's exactly that. You know, a lot of people complain about getting hacked or, you know, but that's real missing moves, but really that's just the name of the game. That's what we signed up for.
Yeah, truly, some of the trying to manage around what the game is going to give you and having the option to go for a bit of a riskier choice it's a part of the game, absolutely. We do have some cleaner moves to choose, like Weather Ball on Pelipper as an example, instead of running Hydro Pump if you don't want to miss. Some fun moves like Stomping Tantrum, I think it's one of the most interesting moves. We saw it on a couple of Garchomps here. Just having a move that's single target and potentially benefits from failed or missed moves is really powerful sometimes.
So far, we've seen some pretty interesting strategies, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's one of the most fun parts about this format currently. There's just a lot of opportunity for experimentation as this meta is developing, and having weaker item options has led to a lot of opportunities to use some more off-the-wall things, I would say. Not having access to some of the most powerful items in the game, like Choice Band or Choice Spec, some of the more potent things like Assault Vest, and some of the weird niche items as well, like Eject Button. Although that does take away a bit of the potential strategic options, having such a narrow set of things also gives a sort of different kind of breeding ground for strategy.
I feel like what it does too is lends to, I mean, especially with the small Pokemon pool, it kind of ends up lending to individual Pokemon fulfilling their niches a little bit stronger through like not being invalidated by other Pokemon wielding specific items. I think a lot of discourse involving megas when they were first revealed and their stat lines were first revealed was this Pokemon is a lot worse than this mega is a lot worse than this Pokemon with a life orb, etc., etc. You know, like
example being Fable having very, very similar stats when mega to Togekiss, but essentially sacrificing its item slot.
Yeah, exactly that. You know, but that item slot ends up being less valuable, and the game ends up being more mega centric. And I think Game Freak kind of did that on purpose too, where like this specific meta ends up being far more mega centric through items being, you know, way less powerful, and some megas being not invalidated by items like Choice Band or Scarf or Life Orb, you know.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot more teams having dual megas as a potential choice than we did see in previous formats. It was something that definitely got played, but a lot of the time it would be a matter of, okay, do I want to potentially sacrifice an item slot or having both of these mons in at the same time in a round, and just having a limited item pool kind of does the opposite of exacerbating that. It really brings out the opportunity for more of the megas to shine. Things like, I'd say seeing a Mega Venusaur on a Sun team is something that you wouldn't really have expected in a previous format, but sometimes there's just not a thing to have on the Venusaur here if you've got all of the other item slots dedicated to something else that would rather have it, such as Wide Herb for Leaf Storm. Maybe you have Wide Herb on something else like a Sneasler it's very popular on, or even just any other physical attacker that doesn't want to catch and intimidate.
Yeah, your berry's taken up, your focus sash is taken up. You know, you could give it I don't know, the berry that reduces ice damage, but you know,
berry does put in work sometimes. But you know, maybe you want to use Mega to get extra stats and essentially get the same effect with Thick Fast.
So what I like to do in that position is kind of use it as a way to mitigate losing the Weather War itself. So at first, Venusaur is present with the intent to chlorophyll sleep powder. You know, like you do it like any other Venusaur at any other point in time since it's gotten chlorophyll. But after you lose the Weather War, you know, Blizzard goes up. I mean, not Blizzard. Snow goes up, sand goes up, rain goes up. Switching to Mega Venusaur in those positions, it can end up it ends up changing the pace and dynamic of the game. You know, you go from being this speedy support to this awesome tank. You know, and
and Mega Venusaur isn't a slow Pokemon either, so it can still outpace a lot of things that aren't trying to invest in speed. You can even get away with some really cheeky moves like going Mega to underspeed your teammate and turn off your own chlorophyll in situations where you're still in the sun. I'd say that's probably more of a niche option, but having the option nonetheless is very, very potentially useful.
Yeah, I think Snow being particularly popular right now kind of also makes Mega Venusaur a really solid tech option in that you get to, you know, stick fat right through those blizzards.
And it's extremely hard from Mega Frost Blast. That Pokemon is no slouch at dealing damage.
Oh, good. Yep. Already right here. Like one. Right, Anki versus Yardo. Yardo is bringing Mega Starmie, Autono, Sinistee, Lucario. You know, he's got Pokemon. Sorry, that's not funny. That's not funny. I'm sorry.
Hey man, he's got some fun picks.
Thank you. Okay.
Look, man, Generation 5 and under, pretty cool. And we got a couple of cameo appearances from Poltergeist and Arena here. On the other side, that's hard rain team.
I really like the usage of Mega Meganium on the rain team.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, considering that it's always sunny in
Yeah,
Philadelphia for
absolutely.
Mega Meganium. Yeah.
Meganium does not care, rain or sun, it's sun. Just trust Meganium.
I also really enjoy the idea of Hisui and Zoroark. I am a big Zoroark fan. I really like to see the, just the mix-up gameplay from Zoroark. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, forcing your opponent to figure out, is that even the Pokemon I'm actually looking at? Or did they even bring the Zoroark is always a fun mind game, especially when you've got such a weird typing like normal Ghost giving you multiple immunities to play head games with people without even having to click a button.
Exactly. Once again, I couldn't have said it better. I don't think I could have asked for a better co-commentator here. We are looking at a Sinistee Audino lead. And a Basculegion Archelodon lead. I think that the Basculegion intends to flip turn into...
Possibly setting up rain.
Yeah, into setting up rain for the Electro Shot here.
Also a pivot opportunity if Archelodon decides it doesn't want to stick around to just give really hard-hitting water moves. Ally Switch. A goofy but beautiful move.
I think what we're expecting here is the ghost type move. Yeah. Yardo was reading a ghost type move into the Sinistee there, and unfortunately, that's not what we got. So here we go.
Pivot into the rain.
Pivot in the rain. Possibly setting up this Electro Shot for Archelodon. Yep. Setting up the Archelodon. Yep. Beautiful combo.
Electro Shot coming down on what was the Poltergeist. Audino taking the hit for it. Poltergeist, of course, going for the classic Shell Smash, trying to get a ton of pressure down. Essentially getting the move out for free, sacking the Audino to get it through. White Herb to keep its bulk up. Should be the fastest thing in the room here. We've got a Serena alongside it.
That sets down priority, but I'm not seeing any. I'm actually not sure.
Serena might be coming in here trying to pressure the Archelodon with a fighting move.
But even still,
Ooh, Poltergeist going for Baton Pass.
That's a lot of fun.
Looks like Serena came in not so much to do something, but to let somebody else.
I am.
Cario coming in.
Oh, good. Yeah, again, the Queenly Majesty being brought, I wasn't seeing a lot of priority being brought on Enki's team. I do see the potential for maybe an Aqua Jet or like a quick attack fake out, but even then, yeah, I'm not seeing the vision on bringing Serena to this match. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, maybe a bit of a...
Yeah, Enki just won.
Enki just got through. Maybe a bit of a choosing simply because having a Grassmon into a rain team and having something to potentially pick Archelodon really good.
But even then, stamina, I think it 3-shots it through stamina with high jump kick.
It could be 3.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So one, no, I completely predicted that he was not going to go for the last respects, but if he did, it wouldn't have mattered. I knew that he was probably just going to switch into the Rain team. The only reason the game ended is because I thought he was going to protect, because that's what he should have done, but he didn't. And I could have just fucking killed. I could have one-shotted his, like I could have just easily taken him out, like his Archaludon, but I just assumed that he was going to protect. So I would have just doubled onto the Archaludon if I didn't think that he would protect, but he didn't, and then he won. So I mean, it is what it is. But no, all of your commentary about my game was sadly very incorrect. But and the reason that I brought this arena is because like there was no reason for me to bring. He had too many water Pokemon for me to bring the Arcanine, and also my Starmie is essentially worthless if I can't Mega it, and it's also worthless to use as a Pokemon that I would like transfer a like a boost to. So that's why I didn't bring it, and the only other Pokemon I had was a Serena. So plus it had his Focus Sash, so it could have lived anything. So yeah, I mean, like I just assumed that he was gonna make the better play and protect, but he sadly did not.
Yeah, I do understand that sometimes making the play where your goal is, okay, the best play that they can make is this, and the best thing I can do is to play around that. And sometimes it just doesn't end up working out.
Yeah, I mean, Brent just said that he's new to the game, so sadly I didn't know that going into it. So I would have changed my, decision making if I had known that. But that's the problem with like, just playing this game in general is like, you have no idea how advanced somebody is at the game when you're going into playing them. So it's like you don't know what kind of levels of predictions you're supposed to expect to make.
Yeah, that makes sense. We're actually watching Let's the Clown play now against Juddy. Actually, Juddy's my buddy who's new to the game. Anki is okay. Yeah, obviously, we're all kind of new here to VGC, especially this game, since it kind of just came out. But yeah, Juddy's one of my good buddies. Him and I have both been longtime fans of Pokemon, but haven't really been like, in the competitive scene at all. And this is kind of his tournament debut right here. As far as Pokemon goes, he's actually a professional poker player. So much love to him for that. But he's just getting into Pokemon now.
Poker, Pokemon, there's a lot of gambling either way.
Yeah, they share a lot of the same. Like you could make Pokemon from poker. Oh, sorry, we're missing an R, I think. Otherwise, we'd have poker.
Almost.
Oh, I think my Switch died. Yeah, that might be.
Your Switch died?
That seems to be what happened.
Logged in, but not.
Not charging? Oh, that is not ideal.
It doesn't let you get back in.
Can Juddy beat the randomized input team?
Post trick room, can they get through? Autoplay. Wonder what is the first move on Oranguru? If it's Instruct, that's pretty funny.
I think it might be.
Yeah, what am I? Ooh, that's nice.
Awesome. Yeah, I thought my Switch was charging. It just wasn't, and that's my bad. I had it on this like doohickey that Alex brought, and it wasn't charging through the doohickey, so that was physically my bad. Yeah, we're good though. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I will be as soon as it turns back on. It's
Currently in the not quite enough power to boot back up.
yeah phase, but
One of my favorite things about Champions is honestly that it's so easy to just join in. Like
I think what the reason for that is because it's intended to be a phone game, and they anticipate people closing their phones, opening additional apps, maybe texting people when they're in the middle of a battle. So I think that that's part of the reason for the implementation of like
Rejoining a match.
yeah, rejoining a match, or you know, like the amount of grace that they allow the other player to do exactly that.
Yeah, because like previously, if you just don't select moves for what 2 turns in a row, you get an auto loss in a match. And I think you could still reconnect in the last game, but you would need to get in that time frame. Just the opportunity for people to be able to join in when they've never played Pokemon competitively before, with the ease of access that having a free game gives, is really nice. And then not having to worry about any of the training mechanics that have previously been something of a bottleneck for people is also really nice. The charger may be having a problem.
Crazy how entirely dead my Switch is.
Considering it was just on. It was at least intermittently charging. Is your cable maybe kind of messed up now?
No, it doesn't seem to be. It is what it is. I think it was just the mini machine, but that's alright. We are just waiting on input from
Automated presses here.
yeah.
I didn't see what a Rangaroo is defaulting to, but I think it was filling water from the Slowbro.
This isn't a terrible move. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, he's stuck in communicating. Trick Room is up, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. There's double input.
And just as that happened, my Switch came on.
Of course. It does happen.
I don't mind, but I also don't mind getting DQ'd on that one. Or like, it depends on how. Yeah, it's for sure not gonna die now. Like,
All right, we're gonna replay that match because Longy Bowser's Switch died during the game. I'll let Pokermang know.
if we want to do exact like Pokemon and everything, we can do that.
I think Pokermang's here and heard, so they're gonna start right now.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I gotta rejoin the room is what it looks like.
Yeah, full booted you back to the title screen.
Yeah, full booted me back to the title screen, yeah. Something went wrong, battle couldn't be completed correctly. Oh, cool. I'm still
Oh,
in
I
the
bring
room.
you back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect. Okay. All right. All right. Considering this is my own match, I think I'm gonna have you commentate it.
I suppose so. I'll try not to tell them what you're plotting over there.
I wonder what I was thinking with that. You know. Yeah.
Interesting choice, filling water there.
Right. Yeah. Let's see.
we're back here on team selection. Sounds good. Alright, we've got Abomasnow Slowbro here versus the Arcanine Whimsicott. That technical difficulties did give an opportunity to see that this is a Trick Room team. Does Cuddy still want to go for a Tailwind?
Yeah, he's gonna go for a Tailwind. I'm not entirely sure if he knows about Trick Room, to be honest. And I don't know if Slow Bro... Is that Slow Bro?
It's Slowbro.
I don't know if Slow Bro is a... that's a special attacker, no? Chilling Water?
Yeah. Specifically, the Galarian Slowbro can go physical mode, but regular Slowbro is pretty dedicated special attacker usually.
I see. Now, I stepped out for a second. Is the Trick Room up yet?
No.
Oh yeah, it shouldn't be because Slowbro went last.
Slowbro didn't go for it.
He's gonna throw an Infernape here.
Pivoting in, is it taking the Moonblast? It is. Whimsicott, not typically a very hard hitter, but getting in the chip so that it could get... Ooh, looks like Infernape tanks the Flare Blitz.
Now, what's his plan here with Slowbro? Does Slowbro know Trick Room? Oh, he's gonna Chilling Water again on the Arcanine. Not quite taking it, but it is lowering attack.
He is hipping with Chilling Water. Maybe those weren't misinputs earlier. Whimsicott here hanging out while the Arcanine is getting chipped away at by the Chilling Water. Attack stat drop. Probably not going to be doing a whole lot more damage here.
Yeah, I'm wondering why he switched out for Infernape when both Pokemon should have super effective moves against Whimsicott. Maybe, I don't know the typing, but maybe Moonblast was a problem.
I think that it'd probably be just to preserve the Abomasnow if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Psychic here into the Protect. Opting for a different move, perhaps in case Arcanine wanted to switch into a Resist. And Beartic here with a defense boost versus the already attack drop Arcanine. It's basically only really worried about is Whimsicott going to do anything to mess with it.
Yeah, the Tailwind is still up, I believe, so that means Juddy's team is going to move first. Arcanine does have the attack drop, though, you're right.
It depends on the speed investment of Arcanine here, whether or not it outspeeds a Bleach Flush Rush on the Beartic for a speed boost. Slowbro getting put into Citrus range, and Arcanine pivoting to its support on the Snarl. Icicle Craft gonna go ahead and land on Whimsicott, and
Oh, he's got his sash. Look at that.
Survive. It looks like a focus sash kicking in. Very, very popular item on Whimsicott. I say most of the time, if I don't see a focus sash on a Whimsicott, it's just because something else has it. Psychic's going to clean out the Arcanine slot.
Yeah, as the main Tailwind user, or I guess the only Tailwind user on this team, Usually they're sash to get the tailwind up, but I'm surprised that he didn't go for Will-O-Wisp on Beartic there to decrease the attack stat. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that probably would have been a really good way to stifle what Beartic wants to go for here. Speaking of stifling Beartic, we have Sand coming through on Tyranitar. Also threatening with super effective moves on the entire board here.
Yeah, Juddy's in chat right now. That's why I waited until after the Arcanine died to say that. Both players are listening to our inputs, so we're trying to be careful of that. Just kind of commentate over what's happening and, you know, say what's happening after that.
And we've got a switch out into Abomasnow here.
That was smart to bring back the snow, but unfortunately, when Tyranitar Mega evolves, it's going to bring back the sand.
Yeah, one of the benefits of Mega happening after switch.
I do like that. I run Tyranitar on my personal team, and that is quite nice to be able to change the weather on a whim. So usually when I lead Tyranitar, or in even any sense, I don't immediately Mega Evolve because you always have that opportunity to take over the weather.
Yeah, preserving was essentially a free extra move to change weather is really, really nice.
Although doing that took out his own Whimsicott because of the sandstorm.
True, Whimsicott did get taken out. That can also be a way to get a clean switch in, though.
That is true. That is true. If he had a Sand Rush user on his team, this would have been a great time to throw him in, but I don't believe he does.
No, looks like Dragonite coming in. One of my favorite things actually to do with the popularity of weather is having very fast U-turn or flip turn mons to go, okay, well, you can use your Mega Slot to try and go for a weather change here, but I can also just tab into another Pokemon after, but before it gets its move in to change the weather again.
Yeah, bringing the drizzle or the snow warning, you know, that's really good.
Yeah, really, really strong into incoming heat waves and solar beams from like Charizard.
I like that a lot.
Abomasnow taking the opportunity to get the weather locked into hail for the rest. Also going to survive the Rock Slide coming from Tyranitar here, both sides.
Looks like no flinch from Slowbro. Let's see if we get a flinch on Obama over here. Nope, no flinch on Abomasnow. Abomasnow.
That's not quite going to take out the Tyranitar here. The burn having an effect on that.
I feel like we shouldn't even have the numbers up currently because it probably just confuses people because it's like it's just whoever wins. It's not like a 1-0 thing. You
True.
know?
I've been changing it though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, we're almost done with the Swiss anyway, so maybe just for next time.
Slowbro getting cleaned out by a front. Dragonite here with full HP, multi-scale impact.
It's a long game.
Yeah, this game did start a little bit late, but yeah, it is going quite a while. It looks like Juddy's gonna just clean house here with the Rock Slide.
From the Rock Slide getting the finish here.
Well, nice one, Juddy. All right, that'll conclude round 3 in the Swiss.
More rounds to go before Top Cut, right?
Mm-hmm. But we do, what's it called? We do lose another player, it looks like. Let me see here.
Their loss.
Yeah, I do need to remove Batty Brad now. And then
The surf or the wave guy or whatever.
final wave, I believe I removed already. He let me know. Yeah, he's good. Juddy takes this one. All right, should have round 4 pairings here. I think we're at odd now, or no? Yeah, we have Juddy with full point buy for round 4. Okay, let me post the pairings here. Just want to make sure everyone's here, but I think we're good.
I'm assuming that there's probably going to have to be some, maybe a large amount, because we didn't do games. There might be a large amount of tie breaking to like who just like, yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of tie breaking because we have 5 rounds.
I think we will, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, I think that a lot of people are going to be 2 and 3, and 2 and 3 is going to be like some of those people will get in the top 8 and some won't.
Yeah, but we only have like 16 people, which is like half of the people. Or even less, we have like 14 or 15.
I'm just saying there's probably going to be like 3 or 4 people that are going to
They get tie breaked out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. All right, I think someone said they wanted to be on stream next. I can't remember if it was Mr. Slayer or
I'm with Mr. Slayer, so if he wants to be on the stream, it'll be me too.
it might have been Bob's. Oh, it was Bob's. Is Bob's here? Yeah, okay. He's listening to the stream. Yeah, we're gonna throw oh, you know the problem, he's playing Les the Clown. Okay. Do you mind, Moses, be on stream again?
I do not.
Yeah, you can kind of focus on your game too, and we'll commentate.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Alright, so we're gonna go into round 4 here. The code is gonna be, looks like Bob made the code. It's 0584. And 0871. Oh, could not be found. 0584 0871.
Maybe the room hasn't loaded yet.
No, I also got no room could be found.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he
Maybe
typed
got
that in
disconnected
right.
or something.
Yeah, could not be found. Oh, 8071. He's saying. It's 058. Oh, whoops. 848071. Mr. Bob.
071.
Perfect. Yeah.
All right, looks like everyone's off to the races. We're just waiting on Mr. Les the Clown here to join the room. It looks like he joined, and they're going to start in just a moment. All right, looks like let's go over to their game. And BZB in the chat says, "Rip LGB." Oh no.
Got Venusaur, Tyranitar, Corviknight, Garchomp, Rotom, Heat, and Primarina. into the Snow/Trick Room team that was just on in the last match here.
Yeah, it looks like he's running, wow, what is this? I'm not really sure. He's got Sand, obviously. He's got Tyranitar. It's a potential Mega there. He's got potential Mega Venusaur. He's got potential Mega Garchomp.
If I had to guess, Venusaur either is the backup Mega or potentially is here to be a sort of anti-Sun option with his own Chlorophyll. Garchomp, I'm not seeing use a Mega Stone super often, but if you really want the Garchomp to just hit super hard, it can be pretty worth it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either, sorry. I always get confused because I play a Sand team myself, and so I run the Mega Tyranitar, but I have a Sand Rusher Excadrill, but I don't see a Sand Rusher on his team.
Yeah, Sand Rush is a very, very strong combo with Sand setup. Excadrill also having the option to be a Mega itself, so usually probably better to just have the opportunity to reset Sand with Tyranitar. Excadrill, I think Focus Sash is probably one of the most common things I see on it. Or
that's what I run, yeah.
Yeah, being able to just live something with Exca is very nice.
Especially since there's so many OKO attacks on Excadrill, like for instance, Close Combat with Sneasler.
Yep. Means it out.
That's basically the main one, so always turn 1 Protect, miss the Fake Out, and survive the OKO after, throwing out the rocks or something. But, the team we have before us here, what are we going to see? He's going to switch after the Rotom. He's going to switch with Volt Switch. You know what I want super badly in game, actually, because I use him on my team, is Rotom Wash, but shiny. Oh, look, he's got a shiny Tyranitar. It's pretty cool.
Rock Slide from Infernape here, possibly getting a Flint, not quite. Garchomp going for Dragon Claw, and Oranguru doing what it does, setting up a Trick Room.
Yeah, I suppose he goes for Rock Slide, because he doesn't have Fake Out, and he wants to try and get a flinch somewhere, which makes sense.
Yeah. Possible flinch on the Trick Room setter is a very, very valid way to invalidate that kind of setup. And Earthquake unlikely to take out the Oranguru, so if that was the goal, makes a lot of sense to go for. Now, Infernape being probably the slowest thing in the Trick Room. Meanwhile, we've got Tyranitar and Garchomp here.
Yeah, this makes sense. Throwing out the Slowbro, gonna be the new fastest mon on the field.
Tyranitar scouting out with a Protect.
Oh, Yawn, this is fun.
And, ooh. Yawn Oranguru. Very, very cheeky play here to force Garchomp into a bit of an awful situation either way. It gets one more move and goes to sleep, or is forced to switch out if they don't want to let that sleep through. And we got a Bomb of Snow coming in, resetting the weather back.
Be kind of sick if you could name your Osama Snow, and then you could use Explosion, but sadly they didn't give it Explosion.
Now that's a good one. Oh, Switch went idle for a moment.
We've got Tyranitar. We've got a full team pivot here.
You know, speaking of Explosion, I was trying to make some gimmick work out with Mega Glalie. Yeah, Glalie. I've seen it though, but there is also So it can learn Facade, which doubles if the user's status, and you don't want to burn it, obviously, because that'll half the attack.
You just want to click Facade, but
burning it'll half the attack. No.
Normally, yeah. Facade, I think it's generation 6 onward. It now ignores burn and still gets the damage double.
That's crazy. I actually didn't know that because I've been trying to hit the toxic on it this whole time, and getting that 140 base power plus the 1.2% buff when it mega evolves, and it's ice.
It's super, super nice.
Okay, time to rework the team.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying actually. I recently swapped it to Will-O-Wisp on a support Sableye in a team with Mega Feraligatr.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Having the huge hit Facade is
Looks like we lost our commentator. Maybe he's joining back, but for now it's just us. Getting some more results in right now. Welcome back.
Computer died for a second there. Thankfully comes back on pretty quick. But yeah, I do remember seeing some like Thunderwave alongside Trick Room setup with Feraligatr as kind of a fun way to give it a bit of speed under Trick Room, and then Paralysis being nerfed, actually being kind of a side buff for using it on your own things, only having a 1 in 8 chance to full para instead of the 1 in 4 from previous generations.
That is an interesting gimmick.
Yeah, I'm personally not as much a fan of essentially giving a miss chance, which is where going for burn, like it locks me into just clicking Facade, but it's also like Will-O-Wisp is still damage control on the opposing team as well.
Yeah, well that's kind of the problem of burning Mega Glalie is like if you do want to click Explosion, then that's not ideal.
Yeah, you're kind of taking away the whole point of Explosion at that point.
Which has a 300 base attack, I believe, when it's Mega Evolved, which is pretty large, 3 times the power of Earthquake.
Yeah. And Ice not having any kind of immunities is also really, really strong.
Alright, so we just see Trick Room go down. Abominstone's going to protect, makes sense. Hits the Volt Switch. Oh, he tanks it! 8.
Slowbro showing why he's good, being bulky enough to live hit after hit.
I mean, probably Rock Slide's coming out and is going to kill it anyway, but that is huge.
Giving him a move would be very scary, depending on what this Slowbro wants to go for.
Probably Trick Room, I would guess. Oh, he gets it off.
Oh, he gets the hit.
No, I don't. That was probably his second Trick Room set on the team. So yeah, he's gonna do some speed control with Infernape here.
Infernape coming in probably faster than stuff here. Potentially threatening moves on Venusaur. Or let's see. Almost no. Already went for Protect on the last turn, so unless it wants to gamble that, it's gonna have to make some kind of move. Venusaur scouting with a Protect here, another Rock Slide coming down from Infernape this time.
Yeah, very low damage here, but Obama can possibly OKO Garchomp.
With the tip he's already taken there. Blizzard not gonna miss ever under this hail condition or snow condition. Cleaning out the Garchomp slot. He's threatening Venusaur. He's too low to tank through this even with Big Fat. But then the snow goes down and Aurora Veil fades.
It's like we're just waiting on this game and one more other game.
It's mine, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll be off to round 5 of the Swiss. We're running a little bit late, but we are going to only be doing a top 8 this time instead of a top 16 due to low attendance. Or less than projected attendance, I should say. So that, I mean, I believe we allotted for an hour per round on that. So as long as we're less than an hour behind, we should be okay here. It is Friday night after all. How's everyone doing?
If you wanna record it, I won against Mr. Slayer.
Got you. Yardo takes the dub against Mr. Slayer.
Overheat from the Infernape cleaning out Venusaur here.
That's huge, as Rotom Heat is usually, you know, just a support mod. Probably can't do a ton of damage output.
Yeah, so far it's been pivoting around a lot. Though it is threatening a fire move here on the Abomasnow. Tyranitar bringing back weather. So the Blizzard is down to 50% accuracy. Those last two. Tyranitar scouting out again with a Protect here. As Rotom goes for Speed Control. Not quite cleaning out the Infernape. Aura Sphere into the Protect slot. A double into the Protect slot, unfortunate. Tyranitar just stalling out here. Real question is at this point, I would say, whether or not Infernape has been speed dropped enough for Tyranitar to outspeed it, or even just Rotom to outspeed it. Like Rotom does outspeed and doesn't miss with the Electro Web.
Electro Web doing very minimal impact other than taking the Infernape, obviously. But Abomasnow is going to be the slowest Pokemon anyway. Looks like that's going to be it too.
Single target Rock Slide, that's going to clean out the KO.
All right, we're gonna prepare for round 4 here. Sorry, round 5. Round 5.
I think we finished round 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was round 4. I had the format incorrect on the stream. Round 5, I got the pairings here. I'm going to try and match it right now. Do some matchmaking with my bot. See if it works. All right. Scrut is PS Elias, I forget his name. Oh, PS Pops is going to be on stream here next. So we're going to get the room code from them. We're going to join up. So this next guy, PS Pop, he's been on a roll. He's undefeated, I believe, in the tournament. So we'll see what he can do against Anki here. Ah, my Switch has stick drift.
Yeah, at one point the Joy-Cons I was using had consistent enough grip that I just started carrying around my Pro controller even when I was taking it out of the house and just not even bothering with them. Mostly because I was too lazy to replace the Joy-Cons. It's like I usually use the Pro controller anyway, so it wasn't that big of a shift for me. But it is a little odd having a having no controller attached to it most of the time.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't own a Pro controller. I only use GameCube for all my games, but now that I play Champions, I just use my Joy-Cons. So this is gonna be a big battle here. It's gonna be a big battle. So let's see. Pop is at the top. He's 4-0. Anki's 3-1. Not bad. Mo is also 3-1. So this is gonna be a pretty big battle. Mo is gonna be playing Scrut, I believe, who is also 3-1. We Are Carnage is 3-1 as well. I think We Are Carnage dropped out. Yeah, I think, yeah, because We Are Carnage was gonna make the top cut, I think, regardless of winning or losing this next round, but had to withdraw. It's getting late, I understand, especially for those that are not on PST time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, over here on West Coast it's 9:45, but if anybody's all the way on the other side, then what? About to be midnight over there, or a little past midnight, almost 1.
Yeah, exactly. We should be just on time with my schedule. If we finish this in the next 15 minutes, which would be nice, but you know, when is my schedule ever on time, right?
Oh, more like an approximation, honestly, most of the time with tournaments.
Yeah, exactly. Also, this is our first like online tournament. Usually we do them in person. It's a little bit easier to gauge, get people to the right rooms and playing, record the results. So this is kind of a trial run. My bot wasn't working. I did all the pairings, matchmaking tools. I just finished that, so looks like it's up for round 5, and then we'll have it for the elimination round as well. Oh, looks like they're about to start here. So what do we got? Okay, Anki with the classic Rain team, Pelipper, Archlidon, and Vasca Legion. It's the core, but he's also running Mega Meganium.
Yeah, and a sneaky Historian Zoroark.
Yeah, I wonder what that's for. Maybe it's just, he has it for a specific like counter, certain kind of meta.
I think one of the strongest things with it is just possibly getting a free turn if somebody's trying to use a fighting move into Archlidon is really really strong.
Like a fake out, also, yeah. Oh wait, no, sorry. Fighting move.
Yeah, it is also good for anything that might get faked out. Because just being a ghost, it's going to get a free move if somebody tries to go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
got the high pressure rain lead. He can tab out into rain with flip turn, or he can hard switch if he wants to try and go for a one shot on something that he needs the rain boost for. Sneasler possibly threatening either a fake out or a fighting move here, but also that could not be an Archelodon for all we know.
That's true. I kind of want to look at Pop's team over here because he is undefeated. I'm just wondering what he's running here. So he's got a Mega Floette team, possibly Mega Charizard as a backup Mega.
There goes an Oko on the Basculegion.
I wonder why he didn't lead with the rain. Like, is Pelipper coming in now?
I suppose we'll find out.
No rain. Okay.
We're going straight to Meganium. Possibly holding on to the rain in case of weather getting picked up later. Meganium having kind of a weird positioning here if it's trying to deal with this Sneasler. And also potentially getting hit with an Iron Head super effectively if it goes for the Mega. I'm kind of suspicious if it even is the Meganium, honestly. Nope, it is the Meganium.
Also, like I said, Brent, so I'm 2 and 3, and I bet I'm gonna tie with a bunch of people.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, obviously if there's this many people that have like bailed out, like I doubt that everybody that's 2 and 3 is gonna make it to top 8, but obviously somebody is, or multiple people are.
Yeah, I think it goes head to head as the first tiebreaker. I can check.
Well, head to head is, how does that even?
All right, we could talk here. We're on stream,
Oh,
bro.
okay. Oh yeah, like it's gonna I mean,
Let me check
I
what
don't know
it
how
says.
head to head's gonna work when we've only played 5 people each, and there's at the tournament it was like 20.
Let me look.
Also, the guy beat me though, by the way.
Oh,
The guy
okay.
that just played.
Bulba.
Yeah.
Okay. Bracket setup. It's head to head and then opponent point total.
But yeah, to point total means games.
Games, yeah. And then
So
total sets one will be the same. Game per set win, set win percentage, opponent set win.
all that
Probably
is completely irrelevant. It's gonna like the
opponent
head-to-head,
set win
I do
percentage would
something.
matter. That's actual tie breaks.
Opponent set win? What do you mean? That doesn't make. They're all 2-3.
Oh, there's opponent point total. I see what you mean.
It's literally gonna be anybody who's 2-3, which is gonna be a bunch of people, are gonna, like, yeah.
Oh. Sorry guys, I did not realize it's on stream, but we're trying to figure out how the tiebreaker is going to work. Alright, we'll go back over there. Alright, we're back. Oops. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, based on this format, yeah, we'll see what the computer spits out. But there's obviously some calculations involved. Someone might get screwed over, but that's life. Oh, we're getting some feedback from you guys, Moses and Alex. What's year 2 and 3? Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think you'll make it in. Looks like Mo won. Thank God I got my bot working. So much easier, puts everyone in the thread. Alright, what's going on with this game? Oh, it looks like Pop won. You won too? Okay, Pop won as well. 5-0 for the Popster. Yeah. We'll see you next time. See ya. Alright. We're waiting on 2 more matches to finish, I believe. One I think might have just finished. Then we'll be moving into top 8 here. I was just saying earlier, if we start by 10, which is an hour behind schedule, we should still be on schedule because of the fact that we're not doing a top 16 anymore, we're doing a top 8, which is nice. Alright, so Pop 1, we're actually going to transition to this scene. Don't think Mr. Slayer is here. Oh, he is joining. Okay, he joined 5 minutes ago. Their game started a little bit late. So their game is going, and we need the result from Juddy and Halo. Let's see. They have a lot of messages here. It looks like Halo won. Okay. Oh, when they gave Juddy a bye, they didn't give him a full point, but Juddy would be 2 and 3, which is not making top 8 either way, unfortunately. Thank you, Juddy. Thanks for playing. We will see the top 8 after we see this game with Mr. Slayer. Let's go over to their game, actually. They started a little bit late, so they should still be playing. Let's get the room code in. Let's check it out. Of course, of course. Ah, yes, sorry. I don't, okay, I can't get into this room. 0584807. Yeah, the next one, I think we're doing this monthly, so the next one will be in about a month. Okay, looks like we're good. Maybe I misclicked something. Oh, sorry guys, spectate, eh? And then Mr. Slayer is player 2. Yeah, I had a good time. I mean, you know, this is like the first one kickoff event, so to speak. So hopefully these just get better and better, bigger and bigger. But yeah, that was the last round for the Swiss, and then after this game is done, we'll know who's making top 8, which will be fun. Top 8 should just be yeah, 8-4-2. Be simple. Hopefully we get through it in the next 2 hours, and that'd be perfect. Yeah, I'm happy. So 18 people to start. That's a decent bracket. But I did partner with some people last minute, and we're gonna switch platforms to Limitless TCG for the next one. Should make everything very seamless and easy. And also, it's a great spot for people to find tournaments. So I'm really yeah, I'm sure you know it already. So I'm really looking forward to the next one. I just got approved on Limitless actually. So next one will be on there. Hopefully we get like 32 plus people. Have a decent sized bracket. What is that, 10% chance to flinch? Oh, 30%, okay. Yeah. But rough skin gonna finish it off. It's not funny. Sorry, we're gonna be moving on to top 8 here. My mic was muted, wasn't it? Alright, so thank you to everyone who played. Everyone who made top 8, everyone who didn't make top 8. Thank you all for coming. We're now moving on to the top 8, round 1, single elimination. We're gonna be seeing Pops on stream, PS Pops. This guy is undefeated in the Swiss. So I'm curious to see, curious to see how he does in the single elim. This is gonna be now best of 3. And he's gonna be up against Boba for round 1, the top 8. Was that the Zorak was Anki, I thought, but I could be wrong. Yeah, we're gonna move on here. Alright, we're just waiting for Pop to join, and then we will start this guy off. I think Pop is here. Just waiting for him to join the game. Well, I think it should start any moment here. Yeah, it says join queue now. Should start any moment here, and this is going to be like the top board. Yeah, preparing, ready for battle. Okay. Should be joining in just a moment. Yep, he's here. Spectate. Let's do it. This will be the match of the century. I also want to thank Chaos League and Triad Region for collaborating with us on this event and future events. They have really cool Discord channels. Chaos League has got a Facebook page as well. They do a lot of tournaments as well. They have a tournament coming up this Sunday. I will post the tournament info in the chat in just a moment. And then Triad Region has a really cool Discord where they have gym leaders, Elite Four, champions, and so forth, and they have their own system there. It's awesome. But also, you know, great company, great people. Let me go ahead and get the tournament, and I'll let you guys start commentating this game. Sorry, did it not say that Elias lost? Elias is Pops. Yeah. So the names were switched when I joined the rematch. Yeah. Yeah, I'll change it right now. I'll fix it. Only because I joined the rematch and it switched them automatically. There we go. But yeah, it's Bulba is up a game, correct? All right, cool. Yeah, I was a little stunned to see that Pops lost. I mean, to lose a game now is not ideal. That's always something I look for or wary of when I'm facing Aerodactyl, because a lot of the time they'll just go for Tailwind, but sometimes they'll go for Wide Guard. And, you know, I run a Sand team, so Rock Slide, Earthquake, and okay, it looks like he's gonna just hit at the Rock Slide here. So I'm getting word that Bulba disconnected and it inputted a random move for him. He's trying to rejoin now. Okay, apparently he's back in.
Love when the rage matter just doesn't really matter. The rage power is not a 2? No, it is. Is it?
All right, there we go. Another rage powder to avoid the dual wing beat into the Komodo.
Keeping him untouched from the super effective. Probably gonna take a close combat here. How much is it gonna do? Not quite enough, but
Wow, Komodo stuck it out because he didn't want you to feel bad. That's some good friendship right there. Wow.
Because we left with Clangorous Soul taking out the board.
Yeah, the clinging scales.
Defense drop not really gonna matter at this HP threshold.
It's a really cool pair of signature moves between Clangorous Soul. I really like that they changed the Z move to be a real move in Clangorous Soul. Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Love having the unique setup moves like that, and like no retreat. from failing.
I'm sad that Mega Failings didn't make the cut in this. I hope that when we see an update in a couple of days that we might get another wave of Megas available and Phalanx is in that. But back to the game. Let's see. We have Araquanid and a dying Komodo. Did he manage to get Clanger's soul up? Do we know that?
Didn't see.
I don't think he did.
Looks like he's fast. Oh, down for the count, and now we've got Araquanid trying to fight through two honestly offensive beasts. So pretty tough position here. Going for liquidation. Not gonna take out the Garchomp.
Ooh, and the Citrus Berry is that's I would say an unfortunate Citrus Berry on the side of Bulba. You know, that's not something you necessarily want to see there.
If you hook Lamora here, gonna outspeed everything as soon as it megas. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we see another scouting turn from Pop. Or does he want to keep the pressure on at this point?
I would imagine that he wants to keep the pressure on at this point, especially with Garchomp being as threatening a piece on the board as it is. I don't know, I feel like maybe a single protect, like a pressure protect from Garchomp specifically.
Yeah, keep it alive fully.
Yeah.
Either trips Lamora to get it ready for the knockout, or just cleans out the
Araquanid
slot.
Yeah. But either way, I feel like a protect from specifically Garchomp would offer a lot of pressure, considering the kind of damage it offers here on the board. Like Lamora is definitely scared of an earthquake.
Oh, Garchomp actually faster. Is it? Oh, Tailwind. Do you have Tailwind up still?
I suppose we will find out. I think if this
was up right before.
Yeah, I think that if this were the turn, I think if it were still up, this would be the turn that it would
fade out.
Yeah, last one, and we're 1-1 here.
Getting himself on the board and taking us to game 3. Let's see what these players are thinking in game 3 here. 1-1, we've seen a pretty strong showing from both of them so far.
We haven't seen Elias bring either of his
megas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Floette and Charizard taking a bit of a break after both of them showing themselves over and over again over there in Swiss round. Charizard eventually revealing itself to be the Y variant. Pretty funny having these last couple games being just Clamora and nothing else in sight mega-wise. We got the old reliable Garchomp Arrow lead. And it looks like we're running back Komodo and Sinistcha.
Apparently before... Sorry to interrupt. Apparently before Bulba disconnected, he clicked Clanger a soul, but it didn't go off. So then he'd never had it up in the first place.
That's really unfortunate, yeah. I was wondering, Because it seemed like he had intended to, but I'd missed if he had actually gotten it up or not. But yeah. All right, here we go. The Rage Powder. Take two, intending to go into the Clangerous Soul.
This time we do finally see Floette showing itself, trying to sit in here and threaten Komodo. Everybody just getting themselves set up. We got Clangerous Soul and the Rage Powder, Tailwind, and a pivot over to something to threaten the Komodo with.
Yeah, bringing Floette this time, knowing that he was likely going to bring the Komodo, was really smart because it also ignores the damage from Clangerous Soul. You know, from being a dragon type move and him being fairy and everything. Yeah.
Only trouble is, do we see a poison move? Or I suppose Ironhead is also an option here if Komodo has the space for it. Honestly, with how weak this thing is to fairies, I would heavily consider.
Yeah, I would also consider Ironhead or Poison Jab. I do know that it gets Poison Jab. I'm not sure if it gets Dunk Stop, but I think it does. Alright, and we see a switch into Glamora, and immediately Pops goes into Mega Floette. And this is terrifying.
Yeah, this thing can just click Dazzling Gleam over and over again if it's got nothing better to do.
Right, knowing that it's
feeling the
terrifying.
pressure.
Yeah, I'm feeling the pressure. Exactly that.
Oh, there it is, D-Gleam. Glamora gonna go ahead and resist this.
The Glamora Smith was actually really smart, honestly.
Heads up opportunity to pivot into the right answer. But the Garchomp might be here just so it can mess up that plan too.
Exactly that. That's we know from last game that the Garchomp is faster than Mega Glamora, so I do know that Bulba definitely has to play this carefully if he wants to come out on top and not worry about that.
Now 2 turns of Tailwind left.
We're getting a result in here. Looks like Mo took Anki's. Sorry, Mo beat Anki 2-1. He took the dub over Anki, I should say. So he's going to advance on to the semifinal. So whoever wins this game is actually not playing Mo. The winner of Lumity and Halo will be playing Mo. The winner of this game will be playing the winner of the Stonestorm Scrut set.
Alright. Looking at a Spiky Shield to avoid the Stomping Tantrum, and Garchomp is getting a taste of his own medicine with some rough skin, essentially rough skin from the Spiky Shield. Alright, and that Dazzling Gleam is going to do effectively nothing to the specially defensive inclined Araquanid.
Spiky Shield being a really nice move for Glamora. If you're not worried about somebody hitting you with status, you might as well get some potential free chip on people trying to take you out.
So what I'm thinking is going to happen here is we're looking at Glamora switching out into Sinistra to avoid the damage of the incoming Stomping Tantrum and kind of tank the Dazzling Gleam while Araquanid goes for some damage on either Floette or Garchomp.
Depending on what Bulba is seeing as the bigger problem here for him. A lot of things making Komodo's life a little awkward. We do see that Sinistra coming out. Giving a Hospitality heal to Araquanid, keeping Tankymon tanky.
Yeah, we're going to resist that Stomping Tantrum and take like a little less than 10%. And that Dazzling Gleam is going to hurt a lot more.
Sinistra not too worried about it with this Citrus Fairy. Does he carry life here to just keep everything alive, or does he opt for just trying to prevent Garchomp from going in on?
So now the problem here is speed tiers. So Araquanid is definitely going down, and we'll see if Machagacha is enough damage to take out Garchomp.
I believe the last turn of Tailwind here.
Alright, we're switching out Garchomp into King Gambit. And the Moonblast is likely going to be enough to take out the Araquanid here.
After all the deconing chips. What's Sinister do with its turn? Goes for a Trick Room. Very nice into a lot of the speedy mons. King Gambit possibly being kind of slow, but we'll see how this goes.
The King Gambit might have been like the Trick Room tech option, knowing that Sinister, given that this is game 3 and knowing that Sinister carries it, you know, going into King Gambit kind of to counteract or interact with Trick Room a little differently than the rest of his team and the speed tiers attached to it. That's, you know, it's a smart play.
Always good to have some way to fight either direction of speed.
Speed
is often the thing that gets people games here, so.
Really quick, guys, I have breaking news that Bulbasaur apparently clicked the wrong move. Whatever he used the last was incorrect.
Oh.
And he's laughing about it, but I'm not sure how that affected the match. But
Which move?
I don't know. Was it... He's got the Sinistcha out now? Maybe...
Yeah, Sinister clicked Trick Room.
Oh, Trick Room. Yeah, that's probably not going to do well since he's got the Mega Glamora out. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not great, but, you know,
The double protect seems almost like a... Like he's bluffing, you know? Kind of funny.
Alright, Earth Power into King Gambit, trying to go for the lack of special defense on King Gambit, or at least hitting him in his weakest defensive stat.
Yeah, Glamora in a pretty awkward position, being the fastest thing, which means it's going last right now. Komodo, if it ends up here when we're in the Trick Room, should be faster than a couple of things here. But we got Rage Powder, making sure Glamora gets to stay safe. And perfect. Iron Head not gonna be able to knock it out as Glamora hits the Aerodactyl.
Yeah, Sludge Bomb into the Aerodactyl slot, not anticipating the switch. We do get lucky with the poison, though.
Alright, let's see here. We got 3 more turns of Trick Room.
How this turns out. This, at least Glamora is going to be faster than the Aerodactyl here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going last.
No, I mean, it was going to be faster under Trick Room is what I'm saying. Is it?
Tail in it? I don't think we do. Iron Head coming through on Glamora. No Rage Powder from Sinister this time. Probably wouldn't have survived both hits.
Is Mega Glamora naturally faster than Aerodactyl?
I think so. Let's double check that.
It doesn't matter anymore as Aerodactyl has been taken off of the board.
Yeah, as does Glamora. Oh, or Glamora has been taken off. Let's see here. Like, Glamora is only base 101.
Yeah, definitely not faster. Yeah, it would have been had it not been taken out. Yeah.
Yeah. At that point, a Rage Powder might have been worth it going for.
Well, either way. Now we're here with Magnificent the Komodo. Let's see how this pans out. It's definitely very frightened of a Dazzling Gleam. And that Dazzling Gleam does not care about Rage Powder. And evidently neither does Kowtow Cleave. Here we go with a Shadow Ball going directly into Floette.
A little bit of chip damage, soften it up.
Arc here.
Into Floette.
Huh.
Thing. Might not have a move to really hit it with. Definitely not going to have a move to hit it with anymore, though. That's the game for Pop.
Alright. And Elias won the 2 out of 3, kind of maintaining his win streak in spirit at least. Well, he did lose dropped a single game. He hasn't dropped a theoretical set. You know.
So clean on the rounds record.
Yeah, so clean on the rounds record. That's a good way to put it. Thank you.
So I'm gonna chime in here real quick. First of all, thank you guys for playing. Thank you, Bulbasaur. It's unfortunate that he DC'd. Bulbasaur says himself that he quote unquote played awful round 3. It's unfortunate. DC obviously never feels good. Maybe game 2 could have been different. But thank you again for playing, Bulbasaur. Pops is going to move on to the next round, which is semifinals. And again, I want to say thank you to Chaos League and Triad Region for helping us put this together. Some of you guys came from there to watch, to play, to have a good time. So I dropped the Discord links for Chaos League and Triad's Discord. Chaos League, they have a lot of TCG, VGC events in their Discord. They have a Sunday tournament, same format as this, about the same, $100 prize pool, free to enter. And then Triad Region is a Discord where they have gym leaders, Elite Four, champions, so forth. You can challenge them. It's a really cool concept, so I just want to say thank you to them. And thanks to everyone who played and everyone who's watching.
And we kind of want to echo that sentiment. Thank you very much to Chaos League and Triad Region. We really appreciate the collaboration, and you know, I don't think that I can say that anything that Brent didn't say. Yeah. That said, we are moving on into the next round.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna move to the semifinal now. That was the last game, so the next game on stream is going to be the 2 Smash players, actually. So it looks like Stone wins 2-1. Yep, Stone 2-1 against Skrut. So then that means we got Pops versus Stone Storm and Mo versus Lumity. So we're going to watch Mo and Lumity. They're the 2 Smash players in the server. I don't know Lumity personally. I do know Mo. Mo is top 10 in Mexico for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Top, I believe, 50 in the world. Top 50 in the world. Maybe, I think top 100. Very good Ultimate player, but he's going to advance on to top 4, which is awesome. And he's playing from Mexico, so you can count this as an international event, if you will.
Nice.
I do love me an international event. You know, everyone happy Wi-Fi connection after all. You know, it wouldn't be a connection without, you know.
Without everybody, is it really a happy Wi-Fi connection?
Exactly, not a happy one at least. And I want to thank my commentators here, Alex and Longay Bowser, STG, Longay Bowser, aka LGB, aka Lutz the Clown, for not only commentating, but helping us put this together and coming up with the name for the tournament. So thank you guys so much for doing this. And you know, we're moving on to semifinals now, so this is the final stretch.
Stuff. Yeah, semifinals. You know,
I'm very happy to be here seeing who are we going to be spectating here, actually.
I want to thank Brent really quickly for the opportunity to commentate and to help help put this together. Something that I really appreciate is kind of a growing community, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So, you know, like, yeah, I'd have to say that I'm just really happy with everything, how the tournament turned out. Thank you for everybody that's played, everybody that's currently playing, and, you know, thank you to my co-commentator for taking the time out of his day to, you know, show up and talk about Pokemon, you know.
I'd love to talk about Pokemon if I get the chance. Very glad to be here.
Alright, and we are looking at Lumity and Mo. Mo, yeah, I know Mo personally also, and he's a really nice guy, really good at Super Smash Brothers. He actually, I host Project M here with SDG as well, and Mo enters our tournament sometimes, and he's got a pretty nice Ivysaur, you know, so.
Yeah, Ivysaur is kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. definitely a Pokemon fan. You know, to look at the Project M roster and select Ivysaur, you have to enjoy Pokemon. I feel, you know, first and foremost. There's
You know,
moving
Mo's
on.
just a gamer, you know, like he loves all
Yeah.
games alike, so
Yeah.
whether it's
Really nice
Pokemon, Smash, any other sort of game, he's there and he's stoked to make top 4. He messaged me actually on the break and said he is very surprised. He made semifinals and he's happy to, you know, continue on the legacy. And good luck to everyone else. Good luck to Pops and Mr. Stone Storm. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see how you guys do.
And we're looking at Hard Trick Room on one side, and is this Mostly Rain featuring Sun with Charizard to fight weather, or is this a Charizard X? Take a peek at the team sheet here.
Yeah, this Golurk, hopefully I'm saying it right. I've only seen it written. Golurk.
Golurk.
This thing is crazy with no guard.
Oh yeah. Or not no guard, what's it called?
I mean, before Mega with no guard, yes.
Sure.
But after Mega, it gets what's the ability called? I know what it does. But what is it called?
That's the Earth of your signature ability.
Yeah.
Unseen Fist.
Unseen Fist. Thank you.
That's been on the tip of my tongue all night.
Yeah. Unseen Fist. It breaks protect. It got a nerf in the champions though.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. No guard is the abilities that happens for Golurk before he Mega evolves. That's really funny mistake. Or really like that makes sense.
Yeah, no guard letting you hit with inaccurate moves at the cost of inaccurate moves always hitting you is kind of nice, but the real pressure is that you can't protect against Golurk. You can reduce the damage, but sometimes that's not going to do anything. If your Mon is already going to get taken out by the hit, then... And it does look like it's Charizard Y here on the first team.
Alright, Charizard Y into Golurk. Really enjoy Mega Golurk's design. The fun angel wings are definitely cool.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite glow-ups of the design. I love Golurk's base design, but it just looks so cool, so elegant in its Mega form. And here it is, showing off what it can do, taking out that Kingambit pretty easily with a close combat. No questions asked there. All the while resisting that damage from Charizard without taking too much damage.
I think Rock Slide's also damaging through Wide Guard is a little bit funny.
Yeah. Just being able to say, yeah, you can do that, but I'm still going to hit you for a little bit and get the flinch possibly if I'm actually outspeeding or in Trick Room. And here we have Golurk taking a turn to protect. Watching an Earthquake into the Oranguru here. Not too much damage. Charizard going for an AoE move. Probably not going to take out Oranguru, and I imagine it's setting up the Trick Room now. Burn going to put a timer on Oranguru though. He does get the Trick Room ready for Golurk.
Yeah, that burn is absolutely unfortunate, but Golurk is going to get, Oranguru is going to get some mileage out of that Trick Room. We're likely going to see a yawn or maybe some damage. Either way, before Oranguru goes out, it's going to do something now that that Trick Room is up. Alright. Garchomp goes back and straight into Pelipper, negating the sun that Mega Charizard has brought forth. Also avoiding that Ice Punch, but an unfortunate Freeze.
Ooh, Freeze is tough.
And the Instruct for the Ice Punch. So we're going to see a second one, reducing
Pelipper down to very low health. Orangaroo falling to that heat wave, but Golurk hanging in there. Getting burned. That burn is actually probably going to be pretty impactful here.
Yeah, that's really substantial. You know, Golurk's a physical attacker and definitely doesn't want to be burned. You know. And Mo's looking like he's in a bad position where he doesn't want to take another heat wave. King Gambit definitely not going to break a full HP Charizard with Sucker Punch, even through Supreme Overlord.
Yeah, and
Charizard opting
preserve itself. Okay.
Probably to switch back out and do heat wave damage. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to stall out those Kirkrams. Get back in here. Poltergeist going to finish off this Pelipper here. Something of a funny thing that I've experienced at least once so far is using Poltergeist into a Mon, and I think they forgot to put the item on because it was not something that usually doesn't have an item, and just failing the move because they have nothing is something that can happen, especially with the Citrus Berries and the White Herbs.
I think that's happened to me on the receiving end of the Poltergeist. We're like, oh yeah, I forgot to put on an item, and then yeah.
And it's just 500 IQ play. Just don't put the item on the thing you don't want to get Poltergeisted. Alright, let's see here. We got Garchomp and Charizard. Sucker Punch coming through, putting Charizard in a very weak position. Garchomp definitely not going to live an Ice Punch here, but Golurk's not going to live this rough spin either.
And it's debatable whether King Gambit is going to live this heat wave.
Does get hit with it. The single target heat wave is going to clean out the King Gambit.
Alright, looking at the last Pokemon on both sides. I'm not sure who Mo's going to bring out, and Mo brings out Hatterene.
Hatterene very specially tanky, even if you don't invest, so it might just have the game here. Question is, can I do enough damage to get through this Charizard? Charizard gonna take a safe protect opportunity to try and stall through Trick Room.
Maybe we're looking at an overheat or silly enough blast burn to take out Hatterene.
Honestly, I'd bank on an Air Slash if I was in this position and had it.
Yeah, it's a good move for sure. Let's see, what is you?
Solar Beam, Heat Wave, Weather Ball. Best he's got is Weather Ball right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's enough to take out a Hatterene.
It definitely isn't, so we are looking at game on Mo's side.
Waiting out to see if Psychic is enough to finish this low HP Charizard. If it's not invested, Charizard might actually be able to tank it with that pretty bulky special side. Weather Ball, how much does it do? Ooh, it is enough.
It is enough, and we were wrong, and that's commentator's curse, and I'm so sorry, Mo.
That's a big hit. 150 base, essentially, with the Sun Up, and then boosting that up to, what is that, 225?
Yeah, Mega Charizard wide special attack stat is also no joke.
Best in the game.
Let's see.
I believe it's is that the 159, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe you are not mistaken.
159 exactly, yep.
Alright. Going into game 2 of semifinals, Mo 1 game up. Let's see how both players choose to lead.
We're close again.
Sorry, was it Mo lost or won?
Mo got taken out.
Mo lost.
Didn't
Mo lost.
Yeah, Mo lost. That's my bad.
Mo lost. I'm sorry.
We're not quite bulky enough to tank through a big Weather Ball hit off the Charizard.
I just expected it so much. I still live in the reality where he lived that and killed it with a psychic. I don't, you know.
Yeah. I usually don't think twice about if my Hatterine's gonna live a special attack or not at full HP unless it's like, I don't know, a heavy hitting steel move, steel beam.
Yeah, no, I'm still a little confused about that. That's definitely a lot of damage. My bad. Yeah, my bad, Charizard. I didn't recognize your game. You know. All right, leading Golurk and Oranguru again, definitely opting to go into the Trick Room. We're gonna go Legion and Garchomp.
Putting a lot of offensive pressure here, possibly asking Oranguru if it thinks it can live all this, or if it even wants to try. But also, Golurk doesn't want to take this big wave crash if that's what Legion wants to go for. Fortunately for Golurk, he can just protect things. Other things can't protect his moves, but he can still protect everybody else's moves.
I'm opting to go for an immediate Mega. And going into the Protect, exactly like you said, kind of expecting a Last Respects or a Wave Crash. But the Wave Crash actually Oranguru, yeah.
We're probably not getting off that Trick Room.
More than likely not. I think we're looking at, targeting Oranguru down in some respects.
Playing it a little bit safe, getting a tip on Golurk if it didn't squeeze to protect. Legion taking a big hit.
Living with about 25% HP, I'd say. Out comes the King Gambit, and unfortunately that Trick Room did not go up, so Mo is in an awkward position, and Lumity has himself a lot of momentum. We will see how this plays out. Legion gets switched out, playing it safely. Going straight into Pelipper to create a little bit of weather. Sucker Punch, avoiding the Sucker Punch. The switch was likely in anticipation of that. The Earthquake, of not hitting Pelipper also. Really good combo there. Taking about half of King Gambit's HP. Somehow not anticipating the Ice Punch from Golurk.
Yeah. It is going to live with a Focus Sash, though. Don't see Focus Sash on Garchomp super often, but it's definitely a good option here.
Yeah, especially if you anticipate getting hit by an ice move and kind of retaliating in some way. Yeah. Garchomp does have a pretty solid speed tier in this meta. While not the best, like barring megas and like double speed in the rain and all that, but like on base speed in interactions like this, his speed tier is outspeeding everything.
Yeah, pretty much the only ice move you're really worried about making Focus Sash the wrong item is Triple Axle, and there's not a whole lot of that running around. And then being able to live really, really hard hitting Draco Meteors and such is also a very valuable option to have.
Yeah, especially in such a dragon-driven meta.
And as much as the fairies are here to try and keep dragons down, they're still very, very threatening. Weather Ball coming through on the King Gambit, probably enough to take it out. Yes, it is. Primarina going for the Liquid Voice, Hyper Voice under the rain, very strong. Especially single target. We got Legion in the back, and one other thing that hasn't yet been revealed.
His own King Gambit. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Primarina probably in an awkward position here. It's gonna hit really hard with Hyper Voice, but can it tank both of these physical hits?
Yeah, we're looking at
Why
a Sucker
not?
Punch and a Last Respect. This Last Respect is going to hurt a lot.
Oh
And
yeah,
it
that
is.
is an epic thing, yeah.
Uh-huh. And we are looking at a win for Lumity. And
To a victory.
yeah, that's a 2-0 victory, unfortunately for Mo. Lumity goes on into the grand finals. And we're going to take this downtime to thank Chaos League and Triad Region one more time. Triad Region is a Discord server where you are allowed to challenge gym leaders and other various challenges and things of that nature. It's definitely a good place to be, so check them out on their socials, you know, and Chaos League. Excuse me. Sorry, I was having a little bit of a technical difficulty. All right, and we are going into grand finals here. Semifinals on the other side.
Okay.
And what game is it? We can also look at the timer. Yeah, that would make sense, actually. Alright, Garchomp's gonna go for the Earthquake, Sylveon protecting, and we're just gonna take out both Pokemon, and that is game on Stone Storm's side. Likely rounding out the set, but we will find out as soon as they report.
It looks like
Yeah,
now
we're
it's
going
probably
into
1-1, I would guess, since they're playing again.
Yep. Alright, so that was game 2, and we're going into game 3.
I'm gonna start Mo and... Oh, I guess I gotta wait for this. The loser of this game will play Mo in the tiebreaker for 3rd, 4th. The winner of this will play Lumity in the grand finals for 1st place.
Okay, sounds good.
I think I might have to dip out here at 11:30. I've got to go pick up somebody from work, actually, so...
Game 3 of semifinals. Pops versus Stone Storm.
I don't think I've seen Stone Storm's team up until this point. Chandelure and Mousehold, pretty fun lead, honestly.
I did fight Stone Storm in the Swiss, and this is a Mega Chandelure, and I believe that we are looking at a Follow Me from the Mousehold. Perhaps a population bomb into the Charizard, but
Could even go for a fake out if it feels like it.
yeah.
Mousehold's kind of.
I do
a lot
know it
of
also
options.
carries Crunch, if I'm not mistaken.
Not getting walled out by Ghost is certainly something. Aerodactyl and Zard, I imagine he wants to get himself set up with Tailwind and just start hitting over and over. Let's see if he goes straight for the offensive or if maybe he's protecting Charizard while he gets set up here.
Let's see. We go straight into Mega.
Rest in peace, Chandelure's hopes and dreams of ever having Shadow Tag. We do see Aerodactyl getting this Tailwind ready. No protection Charizard, just straight
Going
for a
straight
Weather
for
Ball.
Weather Ball into the Mousehold, hoping
Probably
to take it out.
No focus that. Ooh.
Yeah, if not a Focus Sash, then maybe a King's Rock or a Scope Lens. We can check the team sheet instead of guessing, but that's, you know, where's the fun in that?
Honestly, knowing that it doesn't have a way to live through that, just putting on the pressure like that certainly
Oh, because
gives him up a leg up. We've got an uphill battle here. For
possible that the
Garchomp.
Focus Sash is on Garchomp
True.
or Ariados. I see
Ooh,
that
you
there's
have an Ariados here. Ariados actually very recently.
Yeah, I think Ariados very recently won something, but as a tech option to deal with, what is it called? Sneasler.
Yeah, it's a physical wall, right?
Yeah.
Which is really funny when you look at Ariados' stats. That does not feel like the thing to do, but hey, the typing works out.
It really does.
Typing the move pool.
Specifically as a tech option.
Yeah. Anti-meta options are always very valid.
Ring Shot is a really fun move too. I wish Venom Threads was
Venom
better.
Threads,
Yeah, I wish Venom
Toxic
Threads was
Threads.
better. Yeah, Toxic Threads.
It's a fun move.
But yeah.
Electroweb though, having some speed control on that thing. Pretty nice.
Yeah, the sets like Electro Web, Knockoff, String Shot, and Protect?
I like the choice of having String Shot to just go for the
No,
blade.
Rage Powder, sorry.
Okay, Rage Powder. Yeah, I think having Rage Powder is pretty solid.
No.
Just being able to say my partner is untouched if you don't have AoE moves is...
It also checks into Bastion Legion, if I'm not mistaken, if it has knockoff on it. Yeah. That said, it comes with Insomnia to avoid sleep powders from the ever-present Venusaur as of right now.
Yeah, without Sleep Claws, that's huge.
Yeah, with no sleep clause, that's actually really nice. You know, I am surprised.
Switch into sleep is very powerful.
I'm really surprised that I haven't seen, especially with the speed tier of a lot of electric types. I'm really surprised that I haven't seen more electric terrain nonsense, like to avoid not sleeping and everything else. Yeah, I'm really surprised. That said, back to the game. King Gambit is going to go ahead and click Protect as Aerodactyl just recently passed away, is deceased. We're going to anticipate that though and hit Charizard with a Shadow Ball. Charizard's a little bit especially bulky. He's going to live that, and we're going to avoid the earthquake, and only Stranded Lord is going to die to it. That's really unfortunate. Or it was a setup for a clean switch.
Could be.
You know, never know. We're not, I'm not the player here. I'm not the player in grand finals. That weather ball is going to hurt.
Garchomp does survive as the tailwind goes down. And that last team spot is Sylveon. Sylveon a little awkward here into King Gambit, but great into Charizard.
Only a little bit awkward into King Gambit, you know? It does hit it really hard. Not hard enough, but it does hit it decently hard.
Iron Head, putting it in range.
The Hyper Voice.
Hyper Voice actually hitting before Charizard can move.
Never mind, I lied. It doesn't hit it hard at all. I just like being hopeful sometimes.
Oh, what? Into King Gambit? Oh, if it has... I don't have access to Terra Blast anymore, but...
It does get Mystical Fire, and that's okay. It would be solid under the sun for sure.
Yeah. But it looks like Sylveon not likely to take it through at this point.
No, not at all. A little Sylveon that could. We're gonna see the Sylveon use Assist Boom Burst, and everything is gonna be okay. And
Attack.
it's actually gonna use Explosion right now.
Pixelate Explosion.
Yeah, Pixelate Explosion, and it's also gonna kill the Charizard in the back, and Stone's gonna win. That's what's gonna happen. I'm calling it right now. I'm sorry.
Little Sylveon that could.
Yeah, the little Sylveon that could.
Honestly,
Gonna
Sylveon...
Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, Sylveon is honestly a Pokemon that I find really, really fun in this format, especially with Round is just like a really stupid move, and having fast things to say, hey, after you, but with crit damage.
No, it definitely turns out to be really nice. You know who else is kind of a fun round user? And this is going to be really silly to say. Mega Glalie.
You know, that's true.
Yeah, that's a fun round user. That's a
Mixed attacker.
Yeah, solid
You
mixed
can take
attacker.
either way.
Yeah. Very funny. It was a very funny set of words, but it's, you know, it
I
can
mean-
also have fun with round, yeah. If you want to not click Explosion on your Mega Glalie, you can also click round. Don't
Here we are.
know what this message is for.
We're waiting to move on for semis.
Alright, and in our downtime, we are looking at grand finals from Pop and Lumity. What are you thinking? Both of
Both these players have been putting a very strong showing on so far. Honestly, I think I'm enjoying Lumity's team a lot. That's kind of what I've been thinking in the last couple of rounds. Didn't get to see it much during Swiss, but here in the last few rounds, I've liked what I've seen from it.
Excuse me, sorry, I was experiencing a little bit of technical difficulty. Yeah, no, I definitely feel inclined to agree. I do also appreciate, honestly, just the sheer amount of pressure that Elias has been consistently applying to his opponents. You know, I think that's I don't know. Definitely, their gameplay is spoken for both of them being here in Grand Finals today. That's something I can definitely. I mean, it speaks for itself. I don't even need to say it. It just they are good at Pokemon.
Very much so, and here we get to see two of them head to head.
Okay. Lumity with a mix of sun and rain, kind of choosing when and where to win the weather war, and Pop's kind of exclusively opting for sun here.
Yeah, going fast. Only move is hustle on that side.
Alright, and Lumity, the master trainer, sends out Champion the Garchomp and Pelipper to lead, setting up the rain and kind of applying pressure with Garchomp's speed and strength here. Alright, so that drizzle goes up, and Aerodactyl, being the fastest thing on the field, is likely going to set up Tailwind for that Floette to just kind of start doing crazy damage, and on Lumity's side, we're likely looking at maybe a Rock Slide to hit both opponents, considering the Earthquake is not going to hit the Aerodactyl. We might also see a Protect from it, a switch from Pelipper, maybe a...
Honestly, Pelipper could just set up Tailwind to fight. Like, just keeping the speed tiers as they naturally are if both players are under Tailwind.
It's very... I think that is... excuse me. Probably one of the better moves to be made. That is to be seen as we are in...
Protect here, just a Tailwind from Aerodactyl and a Moonblast into the Pelipper. Taking it out before it can do anything.
Yeah, taking it out before it can Tailwind is huge. That definitely is a surprise, but also opting to go for the Pelipper, knowing that you can take out the Garchomp next turn and that it's not as much of an offensive threat to you, is definitely a smart play.
Force the opponent onto the back foot. We have King Gambit coming in.
Alright, and King Gambit definitely puts threat on both of these Pokemon, so Floette's going to choose whether or not it has to, whether or not it's going to single target the Garchomp or help Aerodactyl kind of target down this King Gambit so that it stops being so threatening. We'll see what ends up happening. Floette opts to Protect, kind of to avoid this potentially incoming Iron Head. And the Rock Slide comes in, not really damaging either, but I suppose hoping for a flinch, making on Aerodactyl's speed to kind of, prevent them from
double flinch.
Yeah, the double flinch. That's exactly what we were hoping for here.
Honestly, I almost wonder if Pop just wanted Aerodactyl to go down so he could get a free switch in.
That might be the case. Maybe that's the opposite of what he wanted.
I mean, I'll take 3 Rock Slide damage, but
it does.
Well, it did essentially do nothing with its Protect other than ensure it took no damage when it could have possibly gone for something else.
It does also waste a turn of Rain.
It's true.
And that Sucker Punch is in fact enough to take out that Aerodactyl.
Dactyl goes down.
The Dazzling Gleam is going to hit that Garchomp extra hard, extra fries with Cider Ranch. That's that guy's gone.
Yeah. No Focus Sash if you take hit. And in comes Charizard and a King Gambit.
And this is kind of an awkward position for Pops because now the sun's going to go up and there's kind of nothing he can do about it. So this heat wave is
Kinda hurt, but Floette should take it just fine.
Yeah, but Floette's also really scared of this King Gambit right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not really anything either of them are going to do to threaten this Charizard.
Charizard gonna take a turn to wait things out. King Gambit going for Sucker Punch, but doesn't end up working out. We're gonna see another Sucker Punch with a crit onto the Floette. Makes a ton of sense there. It's gonna get knocked out before it gets a chance to do anything else, so might as well take the free damage. King Gambit on Pop's side, likely just trying to pressure the Charizard.
Alright, and now their Tailwind is up. Pops' Tailwind is up specifically, and that might be what Lumity was waiting out before Mega Evolving. So we're going to go ahead and set up that Sun.
Maxing out the turns, might as well not set up the Sun if you're just going to protect on the previous turn.
We're going to get hit by a really nasty Sucker Punch, and this Heat Wave is going to do a really solid amount of damage. Enough to take out both, so yeah.
Charizard fighting to see if they can get through this last Mon. What do we have on Pop's side? That's a Garchomp.
Alright, and I think
Garchomp is faster here. As long as it's got
speed investment, yeah.
and one of them hasn't picked.
Oh,
Okay, and it didn't have a plus speed nature, it looks like, or maybe not speed invested. It's gonna take this Solar Beam.
Which means that it might be bulk invested instead, and it's going to take this really well.
Well, not even half. And that Dragon Claw should absolutely clean this out. Game 1 goes to Pop.
Alright, and Pop's continuing that win streak. And that is game 1.
Pop did take game 1, yes. Going into what might be the final game here. See if Lumini can take back and get to game 3 here. Looking at Garchomp, Dragonite on Lumini's side versus Aerodactyl, King Gambit on Pop's side. Haven't seen a ton of this Dragonite yet.
Give us 1 second as we're checking the team sheet.
That is in fact a Rain Dragonite with the Mega Stone, so not gonna go for it yet. We got Tailwind coming through from one end and an Earthquake into the King Gambit here. Does live through and gets to go for a Koto Cleave.
Doing a little bit less than half.
And we're gonna see matching tailwinds here.
All right, keeping the board speed state entirely the same. We love to see it, you know? That's what you call speed control.
Sometimes that's what you gotta do, is just match their speed. And Gambit, not able to get in a move earlier here, is gonna go ahead and switch out into Floette. Dragonite now flipping over into Mega. Possibly preserving the Mega to see if something were to happen to Dragonite, just in case, if maybe Charizard's hiding in the back there. A Rock Slide from Garchomp. And an attempted KO at the Aerodactyl.
See, we are looking at a Mega from Floette this next turn. Definitely a Dazzling Gleam or a Protect, knowing... I don't know. Sorry. I kind of lost my mental footing here. Give me 2 seconds.
Floette is in kind of an awkward speed position here.
Yeah. Alright, we're hoping for the double flinch here. Oh, Pops is hoping for the double flinch here from this Rock Slide. Garchomp's gonna also hit a Rock Slide.
Trying to get in the chip and maybe steal turns from Floette.
You know, and that Draco Meteor is
making it through.
Yep, taking Aerodactyl right out, but leaving them both wide open for the Dazzling Gleam. So we will see how this pans out. And no flint, that Dazzling Gleam does go through and registers.
Dragonite manages to survive.
Outcomes.
Literally 1 HP.
Unfortunately, King Gambit is still alive, and Sucker Punch is going to go right through. You know, terrifying, to say the least.
Yeah. Pressuring that slot, he should try to protect it or switch out. But is that worth going for? Charizard here, unable to Mega. Dragonite took that option from it. Was holding back on that Mega initially just in case. But that extra bulk literally made the difference on Dragonite sticking around a turn. Let's see if that actually lets it do something.
Let's see, even... So, both players are at 3 Pokemon left, and neither have the information as to what Pokemon is in their last slot. So... we'll see how this actually pans out. That's a Protect from Floette. And that Sucker Punch is gonna fail. Yeah.
Dragonite, it looks like.
So let's see what the Dragonite does instead. Maybe a Tailwind?
Tailwind, I think, was the only non-attacking move, so that's just a Sucker Punch dodge.
Yes, it is. That's just the Sucker Punch dodge. Beautiful play from Lumity. Honestly, yeah. That
Sometimes having a non-attacking move is all it takes to get through a turn.
That Sucker Punch dodge was actually insane. I'm a little bit flabbergasted right now. I can say ceaseless would be the word. You know.
Funny how the Garchomp is here next to Floette.
And if I'm not mistaken, it does outspeed this Dragonite.
Didn't see this stat investment, but I think we saw earlier that it was not a
it's not a
Garchomp.
fast Garchomp instead of bulky one. So let's see how it takes. Yeah, it takes this Draco Meteor. Well enough. That's gonna be enough. Oh, and even a Citrus Berry. So we're looking at a really nasty. Oh, Rock Tomb and not a Rock Slide. Yeah. But the Moonblast is gonna be enough instead. Alright, and now we are finding out what Lumidee's last Pokemon is.
Honestly, Rock Tomb hitting a little bit harder than Rock Slide is kind of worth it sometimes, and the fact that you get speed control on top of it. I've seen Rock Tomb here and there, and it's a move that's definitely working out for some players.
Alright. Well, we are down to our last legs. Pops, Lumidee both have 2 Pokemon left. Pops opts for the Protect, keeping Garchomp alive. Last respects into the Garchomp, so it gets protected. We're going to go ahead and Heat Wave, and that's going to hit just Floette. So single target damage, it's going to survive quite a bit, and it's going to hit a gnarly Moonblast straight into Basculegion.
Not quite enough to take it out, though.
Yeah, and outspeeds everything, doesn't it?
Yeah. Should be outspeeding everything at this point. See if that's a scarf. It is.
Yeah,
it's a scarf on the Basculegion.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Locked into last respect, but that's a fine move to be locked into. An attempted double protect to try and get an extra turn doesn't succeed. Last respect is going to take out Garchomp, and Floette looking like it's not going to stick around here anymore. Yep, that Heat Wave single target boost is going to actually take it out.
Right, and it looks like we are going into Game 3.
Very good game from both players. Going into the final game, final round.
I'm honestly excited to see how this pans out. Both players have been playing phenomenally.
Yeah, that tailwind to dodge Sucker Punch was getting just enough extra turns to
clutch out the game and bring this to Game 3. Honestly, one of the most impressive Pokemon plays I've seen in a very long time. That you know, like, I know it was really just a simple Sucker Punch dodge, but it was also like everything, you know, single HP, like, you know, the layers of reads that go into that. It's, you know, it's just nice. Like, you know, we're watching some really good Pokemon be played here today.
Absolutely. Let's see what the players decide to bring in as their leads for the final round.
Alright, Basculegion Dragonite. Straight into Aerodactyl Floette. Aerodactyl lead has been pretty consistent here. You know, going straight into Tailwind, expecting to just kind of clean up with Dazzling Gleam more than likely.
A lot of options here. The players could choose to match Tailwinds again. If one of them lets the other get a Tailwind off without, then it could end up being enough momentum to take the rest of the game from there. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of switch here to set up for extra rain damage into, say, Floette, perhaps.
I think we are likely looking at a Tailwind handshake, all things considered.
Yeah. Where's Basculegion going to aim, and what's he going to aim with, if he's going to stick to the field?
Alright, going straight into Mega Dragonite. That means that we are not seeing a Mega Charizard this game. So, that means that Lumidee likely stuck with Rain as his primary weather for this game, especially considering that Basculegion is the lead. And we are seeing a Tailwind from Aerodactyl. Both players prog their Megas immediately.
Floette going for Dazzling Gleam to get big damage in. Putting both Pokemon in lethal range from another Dazzling Gleam.
Alright, a flip turn. A Choice Scarf flip turn. Likely going into Pelipper to set up the rain, exactly like you said.
Going into Garchomp, actually. And we've got a Tailwind to match. Garchomp trying to outspeed the Floette, it seems. Aerodactyl sitting there, probably thinking about, do I click this Rock Slide here?
And yeah, buddy, you definitely click that Rock Slide here.
Nothing wants to pivot. Yep,
No.
there's a Rock Slide.
Pivoting would honestly be really good here, just, you know.
Yeah,
Rock-
depending what they're trying to see into the...
Yeah.
But Rock Slide pressure is always good. Aerodactyl dodging the opposing Rock Slide. Goes in for a little bit of damage on the Floette. Dragonite flings out,
huge,
and Dazzling
and
Gleam is going to destroy the board.
Huge flinch.
Yeah, I don't think that crit mattered. We already saw the multi-scale broken. Unable to get a move out. This is looking like a really tough position for Lumity. We do have Charizard without the Mega Stone available. And Basculegion's gonna have to lock himself into something. Last Respect is probably the move to click, I would say. It doesn't seem like a necessary...
First Scarf does definitely make it faster than Aerodactyl. It does want to clean up something. It's likely going to clean up the Floette. Charizard is really scared of this Aerodactyl's Rock Slide, especially considering that it is holding its Mega Stone and not a Focus Sash or anything else defensive like that. So
Basculegion actually underspeeds here because we saw Aerodactyl Tailwind first.
oh, you are right. All right, so that Rock Slide
Just gonna take, yeah, it's just gonna take out Basculegion.
and Pops takes this game, as there is nothing that this Charizard can do to take out both the Floette and the Aerodactyl at full HP. Yep, battle is ended due to a forfeit, and the tournament goes to Pops. Congratulations to Pops, and thank you everybody for playing.
Really unfortunate flint on that Dragonite. Cleans that game up very well, but excellent play from both players.
Alright, and with that concludes our first edition of Everyone Happy Wi-Fi Connection. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you everybody for